Well, thank you very much, Rudy. It's a thrill to be here, and let me start by acknowledging, of course, that we are privileged to be gathered on the traditional territory of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. It's just really exciting. We've had an incredible start to our 50th anniversary year here at Simon Fraser University, and the installation of Bill Reid's Black Eagle Canoe during that 50th anniversary year is just a wonderful, wonderful component that gives us added reason to celebrate. This canoe represents the resiliency, the creativity, the vibrancy, and the vitality of Northwest Coast canoe cultures. It's a symbol of knowledge, of community, and cultural regeneration. And these themes are hugely important to us at Simon Fraser University. We've been working very hard in recent years, not only to recognize the traditional peoples of these territories, but to really honor the culture and presence of Indigenous peoples, to make this campus a place in which students of Indigenous background feel welcome, and to ensure that we are a university that is trying to do our part to address the needs of Indigenous communities and Indigenous students, and reach out as well to First Nations in our efforts. Through these programs and initiatives, SFU is striving to really be an instrument through which Indigenous peoples can realize their full potential, and in which we can recognize our responsibility to support the truth and reconciliation process through education and engagement, and to seek to provide forums for sharing Aboriginal history, knowledge, and experience. And I must say, by doing so, this is not something which we see as simply of benefit to Indigenous students or Indigenous peoples. I'd really like to thank our generous donors, Charles and Gayle Pancerzewski, for making it possible for us to accept this wonderful gift. I also want to thank some others, the Bill Reid Centre, which has helped to facilitate the move and this event, Frank Anfield for his commitment and dedication to the Centre, Dr. George MacDonald of the Centre, who couldn't be here today but has labored over many years on behalf of the Bill Reid Centre and SFU to gather the history of Indigenous peoples of the Northwest Coast.
I want to talk a little bit about the importance of this place. This place to the Squamish people is called Tsleil-Waututh, which means the place of arbutus trees. It was also a great place to strip those arbutus trees, so our elders would tell us that they would strip the bark from the arbutus trees. So the place that we now call Burnaby Mountain is Tsleil-Waututh. The shoreline to the north of us was also very rich in sea urchins. We no longer can harvest those sea urchins anymore because it's closed. But I think it's very pertinent to explain that we have a place name here and that our people used to utilize this mountain. The man who designed this canoe, Bill Reid, was very close to our people as well. He was one of the first leaders to come to our community and offer one of his canoes.
Loo Taas was a life-changing experience for myself and many others. Her life began as a tree, and then she became Clu, a canoe. It would not have been possible without Dugout working with my Chinai Bill Reid and a couple others to research the fine engineering feats of our ancestors to be able to make Loo Taas. I'm speaking of her first because she's the mother. Working as a curator in the Haida Gwaii Museum and in repatriation, both very closely with our Haida community, I've come to learn how much a single treasure can expand into just a world of knowledge. It demonstrates our inextricable relationship with the natural, supernatural. This canoe explains the great extent of our ancestors and current day artists' knowledge of physics, engineering, navigation, weather, among many other things. Black Eagle will be able to tell stories, both historic and contemporary, some unique to my nation, some from others. It will tell of our connections. And of course, she can tell the shared story of First Nations people and Canada, the true story, and create the future story, be a part of that. She will help us remember Ilduis, Bill Reid, and his legacy. She will bring people together, and she will do so much more.